Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Ruby Tuesday. I am super excited to share my project for this month. This journal turned out a lot different than what I imagined in my head, but once I started going on it and like getting into this cover, it just started looking like, I don't know, like this enchanted, I feel like it looks like an enchanted like book in a fairy tale or something, like almost like it belongs in like a cartoon fairy tale. Does that make sense? It just came out so different. I didn't know I was gonna like add all these regal and royal looking molds to the cover and stuff, and yeah, once I started going I couldn't really stop. So I had some colors in mind. I really wanted to do yellows because I knew I was going to be using a lot of yellow digitals from Ruby and Pearl XO, and so I wanted to coordinate the cover with that. And yeah, so I ended up doing a lot of yellows, greens, and some blues. Oh, I inserted this clip because I wanted to share this little I wrote down all of the digital collections that I used, so you can pause the video if you want and take a look at all the different digital collections I used for this journal. And I wrote them down on a piece of like stationery paper from one of the collections, and I think I forgot to write that down. I don't remember which one that one's from. Well, I'll add that in the description box. But yeah, the paper that was written on is also Ruby and Pearl XO. Okay, so this is an altered book. It wasn't a vintage book. It was just a found book that was kind of damaged. The back of the cover was damaged a little bit, and so I had to like Frankenstein something on the back. It doesn't look like I Frankenstein anything, and you would have no idea that I had to like do some repairs. But the repairs ended up looking cool. So anyways, I definitely wanted to do yellows in here, so I had some wallpaper sets that I chose, and then from there I just kind of went through the files and grabbed anything else that was yellowish or greenish that just I felt would coordinate in this beautiful journal. So right here, that's a little piece of French bark cloth. That little green strip is just like a little scrap that I had, but I included it because it had some little roses on there, so I'm sure you could use a little scrap for something. There's a variety of vintage ephemera in here. These are authentic things, and lots of Ruby and Pearl digitals. This, okay, here, when I was filming this, I want to read this to you, okay? Hold on. Okay, so this back of this postcard says, "When you get old and ugly, as people sometimes do, remember that you'll have a friend that's old and ugly too. From a friend, Lizzie something." Is that not the most funniest thing ever? That's like something I would send to my best friend. Like, I just think that is hilarious, and such a sweet sentiment. So that was sent in 1910. I just had to read that out loud to you. I thought that was so cute when I came across that piece. So in this journal, I've done like a lot of stamping on the edges of pages. There's some tags. Here's some authentic ephemera. Little tag here. You know, French things, floral things, all the things. But I, again, used Ruby and Pearl wallpaper sets that had yellows, and you saw the list that I wrote down. So there's so much from her that I've used in here. One of my favorite kits from her recently, and I wish I would have used a little bit more in here, is the French Ledger Florals. That's freaking genius. I love how she took her own wallpapers and then like layered them over top of French ledgers. I think that looked really cool, and there's such a nice variety in that pack. So that's a good one. And Oh, here is another fun piece of vintage ephemera. The bingo card, yes, but this vintage greeting card, okay? Just watch this. An evening bag filled with wishes for everything that will brighten and cheer. Okay, now look at the bags. Okay, ready? How cute is that? Like each one of those little things opens up, okay? With a little funny little message. May happiness pursue you. That, like, come on. I don't know. I thought this was so fun to look through. Such a cute little piece of ephemera. And then it had the yellow roses, so perfect for this journal. So I hope whoever gets this journal enjoys these special little mementos that have been withstanding the the test of time and like still are in such good shape and here for us to enjoy and giggle at their little sentiments. Just a couple little charms on the sides of the little tabs. The usual. Oh, here is a little snippet of well, there's a tag, and then there's a little snippet of, what is it called? Fabric swatch from it's a French one. I have a big sheet. Looks like it came out of a like a big book, and I cut out a little portion because it had yellow and blue, and that yellow and blue kind of coordinates with that paper, so that's really nice. Which I love that illustration, by the way. I printed it on some vintage resume paper, I think it was. Here, this is some stenciling that I did, and I painted the stenciling, and it is done on acrylic paper. So it's just some little mixed media stuff I was practicing with, and it was just a nice strip, and so I thought I would use it as a tuck spot. And so another postcard here. Sorry, and I wanted to say that paper there on the left, the one that I was talking about that I printed on resume paper, is from the William Morris drawings set, and that is also a really cool set because I feel like there's a lot of digitals out there with like the William Morris patterns, but the drawings are really cool. There's the French ledger florals. Yeah. Love that. I printed that one on just regular cardstock, so that's a nice thicker paper. And then the tea stained lace papers are really nice too. I love to do that sort of like a busier pattern on one side of the paper, and then either a coffee dyed or something like the lace on the other side is kind of nice for writing. Some beautiful botanicals from a new botanical book that I thrifted recently. And with the tabs and little ruffles and things, I just kind of, again, grabbed things from my stash that I felt worked well with, you know, all the colors in here. And these are just some little snippets of ephemera. This is from like a French notebook, like someone's notes in a notebook. And that's a little snippet from a French dictionary book jacket that I had, and I feel like that would be a cute little collage piece. And this is some authentic wallpaper from my collection. Just a nice little piece there to play with. How are you guys doing today? I hope everybody's doing really well. It's nice to be filming a video and talking with you guys. What else is in here? Oh yes, this yellow ruffle. I had this vintage fabric for quite a while and I have not used it very much. Okay, so here's like a little double pocket kind of thing. A tag with some more vintage wallpaper. This is like mid-century modern, or like, I don't know, like from like the 60s or 70s wallpaper that I got from a seller in the UK, and I made that tag with that. And then here's a little photograph, cute little family there. And so that gets slipped into that pocket, and then on the front of that pocket I made another pocket with more ruby and pearl wallpapers. So those are all her wallpapers, and just a little tag there with some stamping and some little French letterpress paper. This paper here, I don't remember what kit that's from. Is it Boho Butterfly? I think. Okay, Maggie Holmes, we are not over it. We love Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. Is that from, I think that's from the Flourish collection? Yes. I love those. I love that whole collection, and I will use my Flourish paper pads forever until they are gone. I love this little playing card here. Pretty little lady. She coordinates very well. There's that beautiful lace paper, and that is a wax seal that Heather of Ruby and Pearl actually gave to me in a Happy Mail. She gave me a lot of wax seals, and I've never seen a lot of them, so it's really cool. And then that's a French, antique French, vintage French flashcard. And okay, this is from her Telegram collection. And look how clear and crisp this telegram printed. I mean, it almost looks better than what the original probably looked like. I mean, it's so nice. So she really must have cleaned that one up and made it look really, really nice. I just love that. I love the way that printed on that paper. And I think that I printed that one on that resume paper as well. It's like vintage business paper or resume paper or something. I busted out a lot of my stamps in this journal too, so just some fun stamping around here. And getting close to the end. Love that stamp. That kind of reminds me of the mold on the front. Very regal looking. So yeah. This was a little scrap I had of the wallpaper, and so that little strip there, and I ended up making a flip out, and then the flip out part has a pocket, and I stuck this little sample of mustard yellow rose fabric in there. And then that is the end papers. So this journal here is going to come with a little ephemera pouch. I made this little pouch. I think I show it. Yep. I had made this for another project, and it was just sitting on my desk, and I stole it from the other project, and I'm going to just give it to the person who purchases this journal. So it's got a Paris postcard. I think it might have a book page in there, some more textiles. This is some wallpaper from my own collection, so it's real wallpaper, and little bits and bobs here and there. So just a little pouch full of goodies. French letter. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!